నమో నమ నమో నమః అందరికీ నమస్కారములు సర్వేభ్యో నమస్కారః. Today is the second day of our course on Sanatana Dharma. This is the 6th batch of certificate course on Sanatana Dharma, and today we are going to have the webinar from Dr. Visalakshi garu on the importance of Sanskrit language. We will start the session with paying respects to our country by reciting Vande Mataram and then Prarthana. So I request Challa Chittibabu garu to recite Vande Mataram, please.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam Sufalam, Malayaj Sitalam, Sasya Syamalam Mataram, Vande Mataram, Subrajosna Pulakitayamini, Pullakusumita Drumadala Shobhini, Suhasini, Sumadhura Bhashini, Sukhadam Varadam Mataram, Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram.
Vande Mataram. ధన్యవాదములండి చాలా చిట్టిబాబు గారు. Now I'll request Sarla garu to chant Prarthana, please. One minute meditation.
गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनः शृण्वन्नोति बिस्सीदसादनम् श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। ॐ प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्र्यवतु। ॐ श्रीमहासरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ गुरुरेव गतिर्गुरुमेव भजे गुरुणैव सहास्मि नमो गुरवे न गुरोः परमं शिशुरस्मि गुरोः मतिरस्ति गुरौ मम मां पाहि गुरो ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलस्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाव्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवत् व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। मातृदेवो भव पितृदेवो भव आचार्यदेवो भव अतिथिदेवो भव। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
ధన్యవాదములండి సరళ గారు.
श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः.
Very good chanting. So I request all participants to chant along the chanter who is unmuted and have the lyrics in front of you so that you don't fumble. So it is the requirement of doing prarthana before starting any work in our life. So this is for the success of that particular activity. Now I briefly introduce our speaker, Dr. Visalakshi garu. Dr. Somanchi Tangerala Visalakshi garu. She is our Vice President of Veda Samskruti Samiti, Sanatana Dharma, and she is the Associate Director of this course and involved in planning and implementation of the syllabus for this course. She is the professor retired from Usmania University Degree College, and she has done her PhD in the concept of Mahavakyas to Upanishads. So she has done her PhD in Upanishads. Before that, she was MA Philosophy, and also she is MA in Samskrutam, and she has many other qualifications. After retiring from the degree college as a professor, she is involved in many activities which are conducting webinars in All India Radio, and she has been awarded Visishta Matumurti award by Brahmanyam Samasta, and right from 1972 she has been involved in giving programs in Vivida Bharati, Hyderabad, on the programs for women, and also on Adhyatmika matters. She is involved in Janmabhoomi Karyakramam at state level in the combined state, and also she has written essays on that, where she got bronze medal and also silver medal. And she is very active with the students in their activities. It's a long profile for her, but to make it brief, I'll say that she's an all-rounder and the authority on Sanatana Dharma. And any doubts, not only on Sanatana Dharma or anything connected with Vedic Vagmayam, we can approach her. And we also will have one session besides whatever she is taking, one session on question answers on whatever is being taught in this course, so that you will have a complete knowledge. So with this very, very brief introduction, I'll request Dr. Somanchi Tangirala Visalakshi garu to start the webinar, please.
Om Sri Mahaganathipataye Namaha. Om Sri Parvati Rajarajeshwarabhyam Namaha. Om Sri Metha Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Sri Mahasaraswatyai Namaha. Om Sivaya Gurave Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya cha Namah Shivaya. Because today is the first day, let us do our prayers a little and then start. Om Suklam Bharadharam Vishnum Sesivarnam Chaturphujam Prasanna Vadanam Chayet Sarva Vignopashantaye Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Padma Patra Visalakshi Padma Kesara Varnini Nityam Padmalaya Devi Samam Patu Saraswati Vagarthaviv Sampruktau Vagartha Pratipattaye Jagatah Pitarau Vande Parvati Parameswarau. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Saphaye Namaha. Sarvebhyo Sukhodayam Namo Namaha. Today we will know a little about the greatness and importance of Samskruta Bhasha, in fact, which is very great and in-depth. If we want to know, we can never know, because this is the divine language directly given by Paramatma, Parabrahman to us, first in the form of Vedas, in the form of Omkara, then Shabda Brahman. Omkara is out of Omkara, the language came, the words came, the sentences came, and the whole Sakitya, everything has come out. And in fact, all the languages emanated from Omkara only, and the whole universe itself came out of Omkara. That is how the Upanishads say, especially Mandukya Upanishad. So Sanskrit was the first language that was there on the whole earth as the national language, as the mother tongue, as the language to be used by all the public. This is called as Bhasha. Bhashyate iti Bhasha. Because we speak, that is called as Bhasha, the language. And it is called as Samskrutam, Samyak Krutam. For Sanskrit, for each and every word in the Sanskrit, we got a basic form. If it is nouns, Pratipadika, we say. If it is for verbs, Kriyapada, we say it is the root. So from some root, basic form, the word comes out. Etymological meanings are given to all the words of Samskrita Bhasha. It was not there in any other languages. So Samskrutam is the word coined from the root kru, to do, with the prepositions, as we say, upasargas in Samskrutam. Sam plus kru Samskrutam. That is Samyak Krutam, which is very well done. How it is well done? Some people say Pali and Prakruta, etc. were there, and they have been refined, and Sanskrit has come. So they say it is Samskrutam, but that is wrong notion. That is not correct. Samskrutam Samyak Kritam, by Paramatma itself. God himself made this language in a very polished, sacred, pious manner, in a cultured manner, which can never be altered or changed by anybody at any time. So that is the meaning of the word Samskrutam, Samyak Kritam. How it is Samskrutam? In the form of Para Pasyanti Machyama Vaikhari, we say. Para is Parasekti, the transcendental ultimate power, the reality, the Brahman, as we say. When the Spandana comes in us to talk something, to express something, that Parasekti gives us that power, and that para, it is there in our buddhi, in our brain. So the Spandana, we think that we have to talk. Immediately, within a fraction of second, just as the electricity flows, that Spandana Shakti enters just like flash, it comes into our Mooladhara Chakra, where Ganapati is the that is the god of that Mooladhara Chakra. They say we got 7 chakras in our body. So from Mooladhara Chakra, that Spandana Shakti, as to, because we wanted to talk something and express something, so that it molds itself while passing through from Mooladhara to Manipura, Anahata, Visuddhi, then Ajna Chakra. Like that, it travels. While traveling, it gets the shape as to how to talk, in which language to talk. In the olden days, it was only Samskrutam, but later so many other languages came. Now also we can talk either in Hindi, Telugu, Samskrutam, English, like that. So even that will be prepared. Then what sort of words are to be used, with what sort of sound, punctuation, everything. So while taking all the changes, it finally comes into our throat. This is Visuddha Chakra. From there it comes out through the mouth, mukha yantra, we say. So when it is coming, we say it is Vaikhari. That is why we say, see the Vaikhari of that person. That is how he or she is talking. So thus it is well polished by itself in the form of Para, Pashyanti, Machyama and Vaikhari. In fact, in the form of Para, this Vak Shakti exists in the whole universe. Stavara Jangamatmaka, even in the mountains, waters, rivers, trees, everything. So then Pashyanti, in the form of Pashyanti, it exists in mountains, trees and all. Second level is there in them. That is why when we approach them, we bow down to them and talk with them, they respond, though we may or may not be able to understand. Those who can have that capacity, they can listen to the words of trees, mountains, rivers and all. Then in the form of Pashyanti, it exists there. Then in the form of Machyama, it exists even in the birds and beasts, animals and all. Then in the human beings, in the form of Vaikhari, it is being expressed with loud sound in a particular different manner, unlike the birds, beasts and all. And also Upanishads say that one of the Upanishads, Aitareya, in Aitareya Upanishad, the Srishti is being described. There God, Paramatman has created Devatas. Then hunger and thirst are created. Then gods wanted to reside, so they wanted to have a house. They requested Parabrahman to provide them a house. Then from the Hiranyagarbha Anda, Paramatma has created a bull. Then he asked God to use that as the abode. Then they said it is not sufficient for us. Then God created a horse, because horse can run very fast. Horsepower we measure. God said even this is not sufficient for us. Then Paramatma created a human being. Seeing that human being, immediately God said, Sukrutam, Sukrutam, Samyakrutam, Samskrutam, like that. Then all the gods entered into our body. That is why all the gods exist in each and every part, indriyas, atoms of our body. So, Deho Devalaya Prokto Jivo Deva Sanatana. Thus, it is Samyak Kritam. The body of human being itself is Samskruta Samyak Krita, and the language they speak is also Samyak Krita and Samskruta. So, this Samskruta Bhasha got mantra Shakti. Normally, all the languages got power. That is why when we utter any word, the meaning can be grasped. We can understand when we say mother, immediately our mother appears in front of us, her love, her affection, the care she has taken for us, everything we remember. When we say Gomata, then immediately we just get the form of cow. So the words Nama, Nami, the words got certain meaning. So the meaning is there. But for Samskrita Bhasha, each and every letter is divine. Every word is having mantra Shakti, divine power in it. Mananat Trayata iti mantraha. Mana avabodhane, to think. Samskrita Bhasha makes us to think properly in the right direction and follow the same and reach the main purpose of our life, dharma, artha, kama, moksha, as the Maharshis gave us. So this Samskrita Bhasha is so great, which got divine power in it. And not only that, the greatness of Samskrita Bhasha is written in a very beautiful sloka by modern great scholar Brahmasri Dorbala Prabhakar Sarma garu. या सत्संस्कृति संप्रदाय जननी या सर्व विद्या प्रसू या देशस्य जनस्य सर्ववचसाम् ऐक्य प्रदानोद्यता या वेदोपनिषत् पुराण चय सत्काव्य श्रिया राजते सा भाषाद्यु सदा विजयताम् आचन्द्र तारारुणम्. So this great language exists as long as the creation exists. And this great language, Samskrita Bhasha, is the root of our Samskruti, our Sampradayas of Sanatana Dharmanuyayis, good culture and tradition. This language originated all branches of knowledge, and also it is uniting all the languages of our Bharata Desha. Whoever are talking in any language, residing at any nook and corners of our country, they are all being united by this Samskrita Bhasha. Because even in our Telugu, 90% words are Tatsamas and Tatbhavas. Acha Telugu Padalu, as we say, the pure Telugu words are very few. So such great influence this language got on all Indian languages, Dravidian languages and all. So Samskrita Bhasha got so many specialities. This is called as Deva Bhasha. Devanagara Lipi, we say the script. Deva Bhasha means God's talk in this language. That is why while doing prayers or doing Yajna Yagadi Kratus, Nityanamitika Karmas and all, we recite the mantras in Samskrita Bhasha because this is Deva Bhasha. Normally, whatever is our language, mother tongue, if people talk in that language, we get a sort of attachment towards them. We will be connected with them. So that is the reason why this Samskrita, why the mantras are there in Samskrita Bhasha. And another reason is each and every letter and all the words, all the slokas, everything, they got spiritual power, Achatmika Shakti and divine power in them. Such power is not at all there in any other language, poems or something. They got Shabda Shakti. But this mantra Shakti is there in Samskrita Bhasha. And all the branches of all our Vaidika Vangmaya, Laukika Vangmaya, our Bhasha, they all are there in Samskrita Bhasha only. Vedas are there, Vedangas are there, Upavedas are there, then Shaddarshanas, Ramayana, Bharata, Itihasas, Kavya Natakadi, Sahitya Granthas, and several branches of education, all the branches of education. The original roots are there in the Vedas and Mula Granthas, the main scriptures. They all exist in Samskrita language only, and from them they are being translated into other languages later on in due course of time. So we must always pay our regards and bhakti, to pay our homage to sages who have given us such wonderful, great, divine power, Samskrita Bhasha and Vedic Vangmaya, and they gave the rules and restrictions to our life. From the moment we get up from the bed till we go to bed, the moment even before the Jiva is born as a human being, till we leave the body and go away, they have given so many ways of living as to how to live, samskaras and all, the method of leading life. So by following them, we can live very happily in this, on this earth, in this life. Then we can get higher residence, Devalokas, Divyalokas, when we leave the body, and we can get moksha also, Nisreyas, the Paramagamya of our human life. In fact, Akshamalika Upanishad, an Upanishad is there. There, each and every letter got a color, and also each and every letter got a predominant devata, Adhisthana devata. The details are given there in the Akshamalika Upanishad. So the mantra Shakti can be known by that. Our Maharshis asked us to do yajna, yaga, dana, tapa, etc. Karmas also purifying ourselves to get chitta suddhi. Yajna, dana, tapa, karma, natyajyam, karyamevahi, they say. So all these are there in Samskrita Bhasha only. That is very important. That is why we must learn Samskrutam. If we study Samskrita Bhasha, we become cultured. Samskrutam, Samskrutim Nama, Napadam Vyartha Samjakam, they say. And also, by learning Samskrita Bhasha, we will get this cultured, Samskarimpabadina, as we say. So, this Samskrita Bhasha got so many Samskriyate Anena iti Samskrutam, we say. When we read this Samskrita Bhasha, we will be purified. And the Samskrutim Nama Napadam Vyartha Samjnakam Anvarthaksharam etati Samskaroti iti Samskrutam, they say. So Paramatman gave us such a beautiful, great language. Whereas Vagartha Viva Samprukta, the shloka we have recited and prayed Parvati Parameswara. Just as the word and its meaning are inseparable, thus Parvati Parameswara, just as Parvati Parameswara are inseparable. Similarly, the word and its meaning, they are inseparable. So, when we utter any word, it gives beautiful meanings, and those meanings are given in a different manner, in a manifold manner. Diversity is there in Samskrita Bhasha. So in Samskrita Bhasha, because the letters got Shabda Shakti and Mantra Shakti, when once we recite Akshara Malika, early morning when we get up, I advise all of you just to recite A, A, I, U, like that, from A to Ha or A to Ksha. If we just read or recite the Varnamala, we can develop Shabda Shakti. The Mukhayantra, that is all the parts of our mouth, would be purified. We get the power of pronouncing very clearly, crystal clear, as they say. So we can utter any language, any sounds if we learn Samskrita Bhasha. If we learn the Vyakarana of Samskrita Bhasha, we can learn the languages of the world, any foreign languages also, all Indian languages also, they become very easy for us to learn. So that is the another great important point of Samskrita Bhasha, because there are so many important great points are there to express the greatness of Samskrita Bhasha. This is one among them. One of the foreigners, even many foreigners, they studied Samskrita Bhasha and they got impressed. Then one person, he said, the greatness of Indians can be known by the language they speak. Because the language is great, they are great. That is the impression of that person. So our greatness is due to our great Maharshis, who are the drashtas. They are the seers of divine power. They saw Paramatma. They heard the voice of Paramatma. They gave all that to us. Why? Because Loka Anugraha Karanaya Eva Etat Sarvam Pratishtitam. All this is given for the benefit of entire mankind. So another important point of the greatness of this Samskrita Bhasha is this language is so deep and so sublime that the meaning given is to be remembered always. So we cannot learn by heart and remember paragraphs. If it is there in a sloka form, in Chandobadha form, then we can easily learn by heart and remember them. So most of the Vangmaya of Samskrita Bhasha, it is there in poetry with prosody, chandas we say. So it is easy to remember them, to remember the slokas, mantras and all. Then the great significance is of this great Sanskrit language is Sutra Sahitya. It is very difficult to remember big paragraphs and whole meaning. So for that great sages, Vyasa Bhagavan and so many other Maharshis, they gave a lot of knowledge in the form of small sutras, aphorisms as we say, dictums and all. So the sutra would be very small, but it takes to elaborate that and give the full meaning, it takes hundreds of pages also, we can say sometimes. Athato Brahma Jignasa. To explain this one sutra, it needs a lot of explanation. So what is the meaning of sutra? The definition of sutra is Alpaksharam Asandigdham Saravad Visvetomukam Astopham Anavadyancha Sutram Sutravido Viduhu. Alpaksharam, very few letters are there. Asandigdham, no doubt, hesitation, doubts will not be there. It would be very clear. Saravat, it contains the essence of a lot of meaning which the writer wants to explain. Vishveto Mukham, it is in manifold manner. It gives diverse ideas while explaining. Astobham Anavadyam, there is no defect in it and it is very pure. This is what is called as Sutra. So, Badarayana Brahma Sutras, Narada Bhakti Sutras, then Panini Maharshi's Ashtachayi, Sutramala, Jaimini Sutras, Gautama Sutras, Yoga Sutras, Vaiseshika Sutras, then so many, all Sankhya Sutras and all. The entire knowledge is there in Sutra form, which we can remember very easily. Iko Yenachi, we say, Akka Savarne Dirkaha. In small sutras, very good definition. When we are able to elaborate and understand, if we just read that and recite and remember the sutra, that whole matter would be there in our mind. Another greatness of Samskrita language is each and every word got an original form, basic form. This already I said, but now I am telling again. It is called as Mula Rupa. Pratipadika for noun forms and then Dhatu for Kriya, verbs. So each and every word can be explained with that meaning. Just as Samskrutam is explained. Samyakrutam, Samskrutam is etymological meaning. Then Kru is the root. Some Upasarga is added like that. Vijaya. Ji Jaya to conquer Jayati. So V is Upasarga. So like that we can explain. Then most of the words got etymological meaning. This is another greatness of Samskrita Pasha. We say Sri Ramachandra, Rama. Rama, the word has come from the root Rama, to enjoy, Ramate. That is one who rejoices and one who makes everyone enjoy and get a sort of happiness, bliss, Santosha also. Then Mukunda, we say Muktim Dadati iti Mukundaha, Sri Mahavishnu. Then we say Vayu. Why Vayu? Because Vati iti Vayu, because it flows and blows. So Dinakara, we say Dinam Karoti iti Dinakaraha, because days and nights are being made. The day is made by sun god. Naradaha, Naram Dadati iti Naradaha. Like that for many words, 90% words we can give such etymological explanation. Then another great quality of Samskrita Pasha is, even for the Panchaputas, all the eatables, the fruits, flowers, everything, all the articles that we use in our life, even our names, they all are named by Maharshis, and they got Anvartha. That is, they explain us the nature of that particular object or article or something. So suppose we take Panchaputas, then Prithvi we say. Prithvi apas tejo vayur akasa we say. Prithvi means prathayati iti Prithvi, that which gets expanded. The earth is expanded. That is why we are able to stand, sit, and exist on the earth. Thus, similarly, then Prithvi apas. Apas means jalam, vari, jalam we say. Jadayati iti jalam. The nature of water is to be very cold, cool. Even if we heat the water and keep it aside, again it becomes cool, because that is its nature. Normally, if we go to any UP or somewhere north places, Badrinath, Kedarnath and all, we can never even put our hand in the water. So cool that water would be. Our limbs, they become a sort of jadayati, we say, means become numb. So that is that is why water is called as jalam. Jadam karoti iti jalam. Then vati iti vayuku, because the wind that blows. Then akasha we say. A samantat kashati. Kasha means to shine, prakasha. So thus we can explain any word if we know the meanings. Nirukta, a very great book written by Yaskacharya. Nirukta gives such etymological meanings to most of the words, especially which are there in the Vedas. And also they give different other names. Another Ma Rama Mangala Devata, they say for Deva, the word Deva, Diva is the root. Diva Kanti. Then so many other words are also given the meanings which are there in Laukika Sahitya also, not only in Vaidika Vangmaya. Divu Krida Vijigisha Vyavahara Dyuti Stuti Swapna Moda Mada Kanti Gatishu. These are all the meanings of the word Divu, by which the word Deva has come. Prakasha, Deva. So whoever do all these words, they all are gods. So even we all are gods, because we are doing all those works. That is why we say Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma. Then now mostly Germans and all other foreigners now at present, they recognize the greatness of Samskrita Pasha, and this language is kept as a subject in their syllabus for the students, school-going children, and even Bhagavad Gita they kept in the syllabus and they are teaching. So we must learn our Samskrita Pasha, our great scriptures, Ramayana, Bharata, Bhagavata, Darshanas, Puranas, everything. So in this course of this 4 months Sanatana Dharma course, we all are being introduced of our Vaidika Sahitya, the great Sahitya first given to us, to the entire mankind by Paramatma. Now, another speciality and great importance of Samskrita Bhasha is for uttering one word. That is, if we take any word, several words are there. Suppose we have to say water. In English, only one word, water, is there. Pani, they say in Hindi. Tanni, they say in Tamilam. But in Sanskritam, so many words. Jalam is there, Vari, Naram, Apaha, like that, many words are there. Then to say the sky, so many words are there. Akasham, Divam, Apram, then Vyoma, Pushkara, Naphas, then Ambaram, Gaganam, Vihayasam, Rodasi, Vyas, Tarapadam, like that, so many words are there. Even this is greatness of our Samskrita Bhasha. Shabda Pushti is there, whereas in other languages we cannot find. And also another greatness of Sanskrit language is each and every word got several meanings. Suppose we say Harihi. Hari means Sriman Narayana, God. Hari also means monkey. Hari also means horse. Hari also means Hasti. Elephant also, at certain places they have used it. So, and lion, Hari means lion. Hariyakshaha we say. So thus, and another important point of the greatness of our Sanskrit language is, with one word we can create many words. This is mostly not possible in any other languages. For example, we take Jalam, the water. We can say Jalanidhi, storehouse of water. Even fountain also we can say storehouse. Then Samudram means ocean. That is storehouse of water. Then Jalanjali we say. We take handful of water, Anjali Katinchada, as we say. So Jalanjali, the water that is there in our Anjali is Jalanjali. With that we offer Arghya to gods and Pitru Devatas and all. Then Jalantakaha we say for shark, fish. Then Jalathipaha, God Varuna, who is the Athipa, god of Jala, Varuna Deva. Then Jalarka, Arka means sun god. The reflection of sun is called as Jalarka. Then Jalardhi, one who is thirsty, who wants to drink water. Then Jalakaraha, Jala Akara is actually fountain, the water that is falling down, which is in the shape of water. So Jalashaya, a lake, pond. So like that we can prepare. The only thing is we must have that knowledge. Then we can create words here. Such creating power does not exist in any other languages. Whereas in Samskrita Bhasha, we can create the words if we got such power, Shabda Siddhi. So that is why, though there are mostly approximately 2,220 roots, they say, exist in Samskrita Bhasha, but 20 crores of words can be created in Samskrita Bhasha with using these upasargas, and also adding upasargas to the roots, and also by Krudanta, Tathitanta, different types of creating the words exist in Samskrita Bhasha. Now, another greatness of Sanskrit language is it is very close to Paramatma and close to nature. So, when we are using Samskrita Bhasha, it means we are near to God, divinity. We are near to Prakriti Mata, by which nature favors us. And because those who learn Sanskritam with devotion, they will always follow the dictums of Vedas. Satyam Vada, Dharmanchara, Matrudevo Bhava, Pitrudevo Bhava, all these would automatically, culture would be developed in such people. They never tell any lies. They always move in straightforward Riju Marga. So that is how they are near to God and nature. And another great important point of Samskrita language is, in Sanskritam, we exactly utter, speak as we write, and we exactly write as we talk, as we speak. This is the great important point of Sanskrit language, by which scholars declared this language, recognized this language to be most suitable language to computers. And there is another point. Due to these 2 points, this language is recognized as the most suitable language to computer. That is why those who study Samskrutam and computer, they got very bright future. Now, another second important, most important point which made the language suitable to computer is its Vakya Nirmana, syntax as we say in English. Normally, in any language, when we utter any, when we utter a sentence, subject, object, verb will be there. If we change the position of subject to the object, then the meaning completely changes. Suppose Rama killed Ravana. If we keep Ravana there and Rama here, what it gives the meaning? Exactly very wrong meaning. So, but in Samskrita Bhasha, even if we change the position of either karta or karma or even kriya, the verb, the meaning of the sentence would never be changed. The meaning would be same. For example, we say Ramaha pustakam pathati. Then Ramaha pathati pustakam. Pustakam Ramaha pathati. Pustakam pathati Ramaha. Pathati Ramaha pustakam. Pathati pustakam Ramaha. In all these 6 types, the meaning is same. The meaning is not at all changed. It can be, for big sentences also, this rule applies. So this is due to these 2 great points, best qualities this language possessed. It is recognized as the most suitable language to computers. So even due to this quality, Samskrita Bhasha has become not only to the computer, that is suitable to the computer, it is being recognized and appreciated even by most of the great scholars of foreign languages. Even they recognized and they are having respect towards the language. And because they got respect towards the language, they got respect towards those who speak in that language. So they respect our Bharatiyas, Hindus, Sanatana Dharmanuyayis, we can say. So now, by learning this Samskrita shlokas, by just reciting even the Varnamala and reading, reciting, learning by heart the shlokas, mantras and all, just even by studying Samskrutam, we get Vak Suddhi, purity of the utterance, pronunciation. So when Vak Suddhi is there, we get Vak Siddhi. Siddhi means success, fulfillment. Whatever such people utter, that becomes true. So that Shakti, the divine power, Vak Siddhi can be gained by worshipping and following, uttering, doing japa of our Samskrita Bhasha, mantras and all. So by reading Samskrita Bhasha, our nervous system functions properly. And by studying and reading and talking, studying Samskrita Bhasha, the Sapta Chakras, mostly the Shat Chakras, they will get purified. They become very pure Sutta, by which we become very healthy, physically, mentally, spiritually, thereby socially also. See, so many greatnesses, specialities are there in Samskrita Bhasha. So, are you not interested to study the greatness, this Samskrita Bhasha? When we know the greatness of any person, anything, any subject, we naturally develop interest. That is why, while doing Bhagavata Saptahas, from tomorrow morning onwards, the Bhagavad Saptaha is to be started. Then today evening, that Bhagavata Pravachana Karta, he speaks about the Bhagavata Mahatmyam, that is the greatness, the Mahatva would be explained. Why? To create interest, devotion, Shraddha. So that is why, because you all are going to now study from today onwards, tomorrow onwards, all the subjects that are there in Samskrita Bhasha, in Vaidika Vangmaya, in our Sanatana Dharma. You must know the greatness of the language in which they exist. Then you will develop interest, devotion, Shraddha towards the subjects which you are going to study. Then the correct way of learning would be, you will gain. And then you can grasp the essence of all the teachings of all the professors, masters who are going to impart the knowledge to you. So we must, it is our most important duty of all the Bharatiyas, all Manavas, in fact, all human beings, definitely to all the Bharatiyas, Sanatana Dharmaniyais, to study Samskrita Bhasha, to completely understand the essence of the teachings of our scriptures, then to spread the essence of our Sanatana Dharma and our Vaidika Vangmaya, and also the great Samskrita Bhasha. It should be propagated. All people should get awareness that they have to study Samskrutam. By studying, by learning, we can keep that language alive. And also by putting into practice, we can keep our samskara, our samskruti alive. So we have to put it into practice. Fourfold method is there. Yesterday I said, Athiti, Bodha, Acharana and Pracharana. First we have to study. Then we must teach the correct knowledge, we must give to our younger generations. From generation to generation, from gurus to sishyas, from parents to children, the knowledge would be given. That is why it is called as Saraswati, the goddess Mata. Because the knowledge, goddess Saraswati means embodiment of knowledge. And also it is seen in the form of river also, Saraswati Mata, which is very pure and pious. So that knowledge should be given to all others. Then what all we have studied, we must put into practice. Acharana. Then pracharana. Then when we are practicing, we get eligibility to propagate it among others. So in this fourfold manner, it can be spread all over the nation, which was once prevalent on all the earthmas, and all human beings used to speak Samskrita Bhasha and follow only one dharma, Sanatana Dharma. Later on, in due course of time, it got diversified and differentiated, and different languages emanated. And the one earth mass is divided into parts, and different kings started ruling. Different countries have been formed and all. Now, most of the people, they have a sort of misconception. We can say that Sanskrit language is very difficult, so we are unable to learn it. So scholars say this language is not at all difficult. Everything will be difficult when we do not know. When once we know that, we learn that, we say, oh, it is very easy. So learning, practice makes a man perfect. Some children feel mathematics is very hard. But when once they start learning maths and doing solutions and getting answers, they get excited, they get a sort of happiness. Why? Because they got the knowledge. Samskrutam kathinam nasti, subodham saralam hitat, bharate bhasitam tacha, devanagara bhashitam. That is how our elders focus. Sanskrit language is not kathina. It is subodha. It can be easily taught, easily learned. Saralam, it's very easy, simple. Lalitya, lalitatva is there in that language. So because greatness is there, we must know. Because it is very easy, we should not have the feeling that we cannot learn it. And why? Because this Sanskrit language is considered as a hard language or Katinatma is there, is due to its Vyakarana, the grammar. Because of the greatness and Katinatva of Vyakarana, this language is being survived and is being surviving since crores of years, since the starting of creation. 200 crores of years have passed away. Even the our Puranas declared, and that is being proved by even the modern scientists with the experiments done with machines, with the help of machinery. So, whatever our sages said, all the truths have been being approved by the modern scientists. So, you see the greatness of our sages who can see without any instruments, without any yantras, they could visualize with their divine power. And the third eye we say, jnana drishti, jnana chakshu. So, because our Vyakarana is very patishta in Samskrita language, the language never got tilted or changed, or other words, normally any language, when time is passing on, the language gets changed, even Telugu, Hindi, English, all other languages. Automatically, whatever words people are talking in other languages, we borrow those words also. But Samskrita Bhasha, it never got that is changed or anything. It never got defaulted, never any unwanted words, foreign words came and settled in our language. It stood as it is. So it is due to the greatness and hardness of Vyakarana only. So Vyakarana is very important. If we know the grammar, then the language would be in our grip. Whatever ideas we want to express, we can convey without any mistakes. So, even though a person is very well educated, a great scholar maybe, but he must study Vyakarana. Unless he studies Vyakarana, he cannot frame the sentences perfectly without mistakes. So, yadyapi bakunathite tathapi patha Vyakaranam. Swajano Shvajano Mapu Sakrut Shekrut Sakalam Shekalam. Mostly Sha, Sha, Sa. Three varieties of sakaras are there, even in our Telugu and in Samskrutam also, even in Hindi, other languages also. But people, even great persons, scholars also sometimes become unable to utter properly this differentiating Melikasa, as we say, Sekuntala we say in Telugu, Shekuntala we say in Samskrutam, a little difference in pronunciation, Shekuntala, Sha. Then Murthanya Sha we say, Usha, Sha, Shakara. Then Sarala, Saraswati, Sakara is there. So Sarala, Sharada, Sheila, we say, of course. Then Sha, Usha. So the difference should be known properly and uttered properly. Some people of North, of course, their style is different. So they utter in a little different manner these Sakara, Shakaras. We should not mind because they got accustomed to that sort of pronunciation. From their point of view, that is right. But we Dakshinatyas, we differentiate exactly as it is given to us by grammarians, by Maharshis, and we utter. Why this proper way of pronunciation? They have given the example in this sloka. Normally, the greatness of Sanskrit language is for anything, even to explain the alankaras, explain the Santhi Sutras, whatever may it be, in the first line, they define, they give the definition of that. In the second line, they give examples, how it would be given. So, though people learn a lot, they have to study Vyakaranam. Why? Because Swajanaha, Swajana means one's own people, our own kith and kin, relatives. Suppose to utter Swajana, if a person says Shvajana, Shva means dog. Swajana becomes Shvajana. How bad it is. Then Sakrut, we say Sakrut means once. Sakrudeva prapannaya tavasmi ticha yachate apayam sarvabhutebhyo dadami etad vratam mama, said Sri Ramachandra. Sakrut means once. If we do one namaskara sincerely, properly with Trikarana Shuddhi, we can get moksha, we can get liberated, we can get highest knowledge, anugraha of Paramatma. That is the greatness. So for Sakrut, if we say Shakrut, then how bad it is. Shakrut is that which is to be avoided, which is to be thrown away. Very bad meaning. Then Sakalam. Sakalam Bhadramasnute. We say Sakalam means completely, totality, everything. For Sakalam, if people say Shakalam, Shakalam means part, piece. It should be total, but it is broken and part is given. It's not good. So to differentiate, these are only just given as example, but such several examples are there. So we must learn Vyakarana to learn Samskruta Bhasha. First we have to learn Vyakarana, then Slokas, Sutras, then little stories, then so many varieties of Kavya Prakriyas are there. Mahakavyas, Gadya Kavyas, Kanda Kavyas, Chempu, Nataka, Katha, Akhyayika, like that. Then Shataka, Slokas and all, Muktakas, like that. So all us can be slowly learned by all of us. So especially our Vaidika Vangmaya, it is very vast, very sublime. It is endless. One can never study. Vedas are there. Anantavai Vedaha, they say. Once Bharadwaja Maharshis, you know, they are all very greater than all human beings. Even among our human beings, very intellectual people are there. People with pratibha, the scholarliness or talent, gifted people are there. And even greater people like sadhu, sannyasis and all are there. Even a higher level, highly intellectual people like Adisankara Bhagavatpada, Paramacharya Swami, then Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Ramana Maharshi, like that great divisions will always be there. But all these are human beings. Then Maharshis, they stay at a higher level. They are directly created by God, certain people, Maharshis. Then certain Maharshis, though born as human beings, due to their severe austerities, tapas, penance, and developing spiritual power, they became Maharshis, like Vishwamitra Maharshi and all. And above the level of these Maharshis, gods are there. Above to gods, Paramatma, Parabrahman. That is how our Sanatana Dharma speaks of. So, when this Vaidika Vangmaya, when we say this Bharadwaja Maharshi got 300 years of span of life. So for all 300 years, he is studying the Vedas while doing all beneficial works for mankind, visualizing the mantras. Even he gave several mantras to us. All Rigveda mantras are given to us by Maharshis. They saw, they visualized, they heard and gave us. So this Bharadwaja Maharshi, though he has studied a lot, he thought he has to study Vedas still more. So he did penance after almost completing 300 years approaching. Then he did penance. God Brahmadeva appeared before him and he said, what do you want? Then Bharadwaja Maharshi said, I want 3 more 100 years span of life. Then he granted and went away. Then for those 300 years also, Bharadwaja Maharshi was going on studying, educating, understanding Vedas, though while doing all beneficial work for mankind and all. So when 600 years are about to complete again, he did meditation, he did penance. Then Brahmadeva appeared before him. Then Bharadwaja Maharshi questioned him, Oh Brahmadeva, I completely want to study learn Vedas. Now, till now, all these 600 years I have studied, but I feel that still more I have to study. So you please tell me what sort of, that is how much knowledge is there in the Vedas, how much I have studied, and how many years of span of life if you give me, I can completely study all the Vedas. Then Brahmadeva said, he showed, because he is doing penance in the outside place, at the opposite, then left side and right side, there are big, big mountains. Brahmadeva showed this Bharadwaja Maharshi, the 3 mountains, and said, the Vedas are like these mountains. Trayi Veda, they say. Because all 4 Vedas contain Ruk, Yajus and Samas. They are called as Trayi Veda. And 3 Vedas came first and then Atharvana Veda has come later. Even that is there. So, until now you have studied this much. So saying, he picked up sand in his hand and put 3 times he picked up sand and poured it. And he said, you have studied this much of Vedas, whereas you have to study mountain-like Vedas. Can he study even if he lives for crores of years? Can he be able to study? Never. That is the greatness of Vedas, the depth of Vedas, just to explain us. So from such Vedas, our Vaidika Vangmaya, our Sahitya, Laukika, everything has developed. All the languages, entire Sahitya and everything. So these Vedas, even it is very difficult to, in fact, Veda, it is very difficult to study directly the Vedas. So with the help of Siksha, Vyakaranam, Chendo, Niruktam, Jyotishan, Tatha, Kalpasyeti, Shadangani, they say. First, the student has to study Shadangas, Vedangas, then Upavedas, then he has to study Vedas, they can understand. So such procedure is there. Vedas are called as Shruti, then Smruti Granthas are there. Even Bhagavad Gita is one of Smruti Granthas only. Manusmruti, like that, 18 Smruti Granthas are there, 18 Upa Smruti Granthas are there. Then Prasthana Traya is there. Upanishads, Brahma Sutras and Bhagavad Gita. 3 together is called as Prasthana Traya. All these are in Samskrita Bhasha only. And also all the Upasana Granthas, so many Shanmata Stapakacharya, we say, to Jagadguru Adi Shankara Bhagavad Pada. Shaiva, then Vaishnava, Shakteya, Jagannatha Ambika Devi, then Ganapatya, Saura, then Kaumara. These 6 gods are given in our Vedas. So we Bharatiyas must worship only one among these 6 divine powers, gods, whereas hundreds of avatars are there of Sri Mahavishnu. All those Rama, Krishna, this, that, and all we can worship. Then of Jagannatha, so many avatars are there, matas. We can worship any of all these avatars. Even Shiva Paramatma avatars are there. So even for Ganapati, many avatars are there. Even for Kumaraswamy, for son also. So thus we got innumerable gods. But we should never be crazy of imitating foreign influence, foreign people, and then trying to worship whomever, whatever is seen as God and worshipping. Giving respect is different, and doing upasana of an individual, a person, human being, a mortal is different. So we must differentiate that. So there are so many natakas are there, kavyas are there, everything. Then so many shastras are there. For all the shastras, the granthas are there in Samskrita Bhasha only. Vyakarana Shastra, then Khagola Shastra, Jyotish Shastra, Chandas Shastra, Ayurveda Shastra, Jalantargami Vidya, we say that so many. Even Panini Sashtadhyayi, Vyakarana. Then Ganita Shastra, Silpa Shastra, then Nirmana Shastra, building construction, then Vaidya Shastra, Mantra Shastra, Tantra Shastra, Yantra Shastra, Rasayana Shastra, we say, then Jentu Shastra, zoology, Then Vriksha Shastra, botany. All these are there. The roots are there in the Vedas. Then Mula Granthas are there in Samskrita Bhasha. Later on, people translated and developed and rewrote. Nyaya Shastra, Natya Shastra of Bharata. Yeah, even that is there. So many Shastra Granthas. All these are there. Then great poets. First Adi Kavi we say Valmiki Maharshi. Then Vyasa Bhagavan, Sakshat incarnation of Lord Vishnu, Sri Mahavishnu. And then after going down to Valmiki and Veda Vyasa, we bow down to Kalidasa, any poet of our languages, unless they bow down and pay homage salutation to Kalidasa, they never start writing any kavyas. So Kalidasa is such a great Sanskrit Mahakavi, Kulaguru. Kavikula Guru Kalidaso Vilasaha. We say Kavikula Guru, he is. So Mahakavi Kalidasa, Bhasa, Bharavi, Pavaputi, Dandi, Maka, Sriharsha, Bhartrihari, so many. Visakha Datta, we said so many people are there who wrote several granthas. All these are in Samskrita Bhasha only. Entire Vaidika Vangmaya. It is the embodiment of our culture. It is there in Samskrita Bhasha. So Sanskrit language is the greatest language and sweetest language. It got laya, a sort of musical tunes. Amandananda Kandalita Hridayara Vinda, we say. Vipaksha Sikshana Vichekshana Daksha, like that we say. So when letters are being repeated, Kamalakshan Archinchu Karamulu Karamulu, Srinathu Varninchu, Jivha Jivha, like that repetition. That is called as Shabdalankara. Then Arthalankaras are there. All these are there in Samskrita language, which give beauty to the Sahitya. So in our Bharat Desha, numerous languages are there. Then many scripts are there. Even then, almost all the languages got originated from Samskrita Bhasha. Only we say, Yalla Bhashalakunu Talli Samskrutamba. In the olden days, when kings used to rule, they patronized Samskrita Bhasha. And they also they gave respect and patronage, encouraged the great poets. They themselves are poets and scholars, and also Kavi and Kavi Pandita Poshaka, as we say. So the language started shining at a very high level. Then, but in the past, due to several reasons, for lakhs of years, Samskrutam was the only language prevalent on the whole earth. Later on in our Bharat Desha, when it got divided. But later on, different languages started to emanate, and we started talking. Of course, Samskrita, Telugu Bhasha came, of course, 1200 or 1000 or 1200 years. Thus, all other languages also. When these languages started to come, we started talking in them. So, but Samskrita Bhasha existed since lakhs of years, and evidences are there. So many Talapatra Granthas are there, inscriptions are there, that is, even on the stones, carvations, they, in the olden days, Shila Shasanas, the kings used to write on the stones, made the people write whatever they donated to anyone, or whatever victories they got, everything they used to write, either in Talapatra Granthas or on the walls, on the stones, like inscriptions and all, which is the evidence that Sanskrit language existed even at that time, since that time onwards. In the olden days, even people used to talk in Samskrita Bhasha, even small children, a very small little baby who is going to school, like our nursery, primary, LKG, UKG student. They learn only alphabet. So when such a small girl is going, somebody asked her, Kava Bala. Then she said, Kanchanamala. Kasya Putri Kanakalataya. Kimva Haste Talaja Patram. Kava Lekha Kaka Gaka. This is an indication that even small children are able to talk in Samskrita Bhasha. They used to talk in Samskrita Bhasha. Ours is Pitruswamya. Suppose we say, whose child you are, then we say our father's name. when married people, girls, they speak about their father-in-law's name and say we belong to that dynasty, that family. But in the Kerala, at some other places, Matru Swamya was there. So when that person asked Kava Bala, who are you? What is your name? Then Kasya Putri, like that, she spoke about her mother. Kava Bala, who are you? Means Kanchanamala. In the rhythmical manner, she said, Kasya Putri, whose daughter you are? She said, Kanakalataya. Her mother's name is Kanakalata. Then what is in your hand? She said, Talajapatram, Tatiaku, the slate pencil. Kava Lekha, what is written there? Kaka Gaka. She is learning the alphabets. So the Samskrita Bhasha was our national language for several years, lakhs of years, and almost till a few, nearly 1,000 years, we can say, when the foreign invasion started on us, Mughal rule, we say, then Turushkas, we say, they started coming on us, occupying us, robbing away, snatching away our properties, and Thwamsa, we say, they started destroying our knowledge, our Tadapatra Granthas, Nalanda, Takshasila, they are all the living evidences. Crores of innumerable Tadapatra Granthas, manuscripts were burnt to ashes. Lakhs of scholars and pandits, those who know Vedas, those who know Samskrita language, those who are great teachers and scholars, they were being burnt to ashes ruthlessly. So thus for several years, our Samskrita Bhasha was kept aside from us. So we lost talking in Samskrutam and then studying, even they prohibited. When this foreign rule came and 300 years when British people, they ruled us, they introduced the Macaulay type of education system. So then we, I'm closing in 2 minutes. So then people, we started learning education which is given to us by foreigners. We forgot our culture, our knowledge, our language. So now at least we must revive and we must recognize the greatness of Samskrita Bhasha. We have to study our own. We must rewrite our history. Surya Vamsa, Chandra Vamsa, kings who ruled our country, and the great people who were there in scriptures, they should be taught to our young children. Bharatasya pratishtha dve, Samskrutam Samskrutis tatha. So the greatness of our Bharata Desha is Samskrita Bhasha and the culture that we got. So because in Samskrita Bhasha only all these Sanskrit literature got all these prose, poetry, philosophy, epics, then dramas, tempus, fine arts, then grammar, aesthetics, and even lexicography, we say sociology, then law, statecraft, military sciences, mathematics, geometry, trigonometry, astrology, etc. All these are there in Samskrita Bhasha only. So it is very important for us to study Samskrutam. Then while studying Samskrutam, we must go down to Panini, Patanjali and Vararuchi, who are called as Munitraya. Then Varahamihira, Aryabhatta, Bhaskaracharya, etc. They wrote so many great granthas on Jyotish Shastra, Khagola Shastra, then Charaka Samhita, Susruta Samhita, on Vaidya Shastra. So Kautilya's Artha Shastra, all these are great scriptures given for us. So in Samskrita Bhasha also Mandalika Vedas, just as in our Telugu, are there like that Magathi, Shauraseni, Maithili, Pali, Prakruta languages are regional languages of Samskrita Bhasha. So they are all seen in Talapatras also. Bauddha Mata Granthas are there in Pali Bhasha. Even in Sanskrit language, Natakas, women, that is Uttama Patra, Machima Patra, Adhama Patra, they say these Adhama Patras, those who are illiterate, those who did not study the language, they speak in Prakrutam. So Prakrutam word will be, sentences, verdict will be given there. So nowadays, many nations of West are being getting attached to our language, our dharma. So we must keep our dharma, put into practice and keep up, and then we must be grateful to Sri Sainacharya, who wrote commentaries on all 4 Vedas. Actually, in the olden, at the beginning of the Kali Yuga, 1131 branches of Vedas were there. But now only 11 branches of Vedas are being available for us. Out of them also only 7 parts are being taught to children, Sishyas. So it is our duty to keep up at least whatever is remaining. We must preserve them by learning by heart and propagating. And we must also try to revive those who have already lost. By effort, we can do that. So, yavat stasyanti girayaha saritascha mahitale tavat samskruta bhasheyam samskruta bhasha iyam lokesmin pracharishyati. Swasti for today.
ధన్యవాదములండి Visalakshi garu. Thank you so much for today's webinar. We have one more day tomorrow.
Yes.
And
Introduction Samskruta Vyakaranam.
So tomorrow you will be introducing Samskrita Vyakaranam. Okay.
Yes.
And today, whatever has been taught, the importance of Samskrutam language, people, if anybody has any questions or doubts, you may ask now quickly. You may raise your hand. Yeah. Sharada garu?
Madam, you have explained so exorbitantly and beautifully, madam. Thank you very much. Even after studying 2 years also, we didn't learn so many points about Sanskrit.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, thank you for the compliments.
Kindly raise your doubts.
Doubts here.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, Murthy garu, VSS. Puligandla Murthy. Yeah.
మేడం మీరు మూల రూపం గురించి చెప్పారు
Anand.
మూల ఆస్క్ తెలుగు ఆర్ ఇంగ్లీష్
English.
If in those who do not know Telugu also can understand.
షూర్ మేడం యు టోల్డ్ అబౌట్ మూల రూపం దెన్
Yes.
మూల రూపం ఇస్ అప్లికబుల్ క్రియాపదం ఆర్ ఈవెన్ ఆల్సో ఫర్ శబ్దపదం ఆల్సో
Shabdapadam also it is called as Pratipadika. I said for Kriyapada it is called as the Dhatu.
ఓకే ధాతు రూట్ దట్ ఈస్
Root plus additional termination is a verb.
బికాజ్ యు సెడ్ జల ఇస్ a శబ్దపదం
Shabda.
because జల ఎగ్జాంపుల్ దట్ ఈస్ a శబ్దపదం
Yes.
so from there also we are getting many words you said.
Yes. I will explain in due course of time on this.
Sure, madam. One more doubt I have. To learn this Sanskrit language, is it that we should read the sutras and learn, or like the Vedic Vangmayalu? Do we learn by reading those things, or after learning all we should read them?
We actually learning means in fact teacher should be there to teach. Then if we learn sutra form, if you learn by heart the sutras and know the way of explaining, elaborating that, then just by remembering sutras, you are remembering the entire knowledge. So Guru Mukha Shravana is most important. By listening, then reading scriptures. By learning by heart, by understanding, you can study any subject.
Okay. I have one more question. Can I ask, madam?
Yes.
See, like laya changes, like different slokas when we recite.
Chandas.
For example, Chandas, Bhagavad Gita, if I take, when you get, when Chandas changes, the laya changes.
In Bhagavad Gita, such chandas is not there. Chandas means Udatta, Anudatta, Swarita, Swarapedas are there only for Veda mantras. Ipudu Gananam Tva Shloka is there. This is Veda mantra, in fact. That is why normally people say it should not be uttered when it is not learnt properly with the accent and with that swara. So swarato mantra peda yathendra shetru swarato paradha, they say when swara changes from Udatta to Anudatta or Anudatta to Swarita like that, the meaning of that mantra changes. Indra Shatrur Thasva, that is the example they give for that. It is applicable only to Veda mantras. Bhagavad Gita and all other scriptures, all the entire language, that is, they should be uttered properly, proper pronunciation. Bharata Desha. Some people say Bharata Desha. Shubham. Shubham we have to say. Kam means Akasha. Kam, they say Kam means happiness. Kam means Swarga. So, the where we have to give force. Saralaksharas and Parushaksharas. Hard consonant and soft consonant. Mrudu Varna we say. Mrudu Varna. So, as we have to utter, we must utter. So that is there even for Bhagavad Gita slokas.
Okay. Thank you, madam. Thank you, madam.
Okay.
Okay, there is one question in the chat box. After that, we'll go to Prarthana. Each and every word has multiple meaning.
Yes.
How to take exact meaning?
According to the context. If we use the word Hari, while praying, it is God Vishnu. When while reference to the animals or forest, we have to take the meaning as the lion. Suppose when monkey has come somewhere and all, when we say Hari, it is monkey like that, according to the context.
Okay.
Okay.
There is one person, Deva Bharat, wants to ask a question. Okay.
Namaste, ma'am. Ma'am, as you mentioned that for any language to learn, we need to learn the Vyakaran first. So, so will you be starting with the Vyakaran for Sanskrit also?
Yes, I want to start actually with Vyakaranam and I want to teach you Vyakarana. And we will see how much I will be able to take, how many periods can be allotted for me to teach Vyakarana first. In fact, half myself and half our masters are I thought I will talk with him. And if our honorable chairperson permits, then for 1 week at least, that is for 5 or 6 classes, I want to teach Vyakarana, the basics, which is very important. I want to teach you. Then later, Pravesha book master said, the lessons he can teach you. This is my feeling, just now I got it. I will make a request with our Sri Akala Prabhakara Mahodayulu. If he permits, I will teach you fundamentals, basics of Vyakarana, which is very essential, which I used to teach normally for all Pravesa children in my class. At PUC level, inter level and degree also, I used to talk in the same manner, method. That then the foundation would be very strong. Then we can understand the language easily.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, thank you so much, ma'am. It was a very, very informative session. Thank you so much.
Okay, Babugar, now we'll go for Prarthana and later on continue with the questions.
Okay. Okay. Now, Sarlaji, are you there?
Guru Garu.
Okay. So please chant Swasti Mantram.
ॐ स्वस्तिः प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितो ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः अपुत्राः पुत्रिणः सन्तु पौत्रिणः अधनाः सधनाः सन्तु जीवन्तु सरदां सतम् सत्यं वद धर्मं चर स्वाध्यायान् मा प्रमदः सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः सर्वे जनाः सुखिनो भवन्तु स्वस्ति
ధన్యవాదములండి సరళ గారు. Thank you so much. Very good chanting. I believe and also hope that all of you have the lyrics of the chanting in front of you and also chanting along with the chanter. Please do that over a period of time. You also get used to that. Now we will go for Janaganamana. All of you please stand up and recite Janaganamana along with Challa Chittibabu garu. Challa Chittibabu garu.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय हिंद
Jai Hind.
जय हिंद
ధన్యవాదములండి చల్లా చిట్టిబాబు గారు. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్.